Alright, so just 3 days ago, we got the announcement that Donald Mustard, the CCO, or the Chief Creative Officer of Epic Games, was retiring. Out of the blue, unexpectedly, nobody saw this coming. So I already did a full video on that, including elaborating on what the Chief Creative Officer actually does for Epic Games. So if you want to check that out, you can. In this video, today, we got the announcement of the brand new CCO, or again, Chief Creative Officer. So let me just start by saying that a lot of people were freaking out because with Donald Mustard retiring, he was pretty much in charge of the Fortnite storyline. Now, of course, it's not all up to him, but he was the head and the overseer of all things story related. And like I said earlier today, we got this tweet from someone named Charlie Wen, and it says the following. Excited to share that I embarked on a new adventure as Chief Creative Officer of Epic Games. Deeply grateful to everyone who has come alongside me thus far. The journey ahead promises to be truly epic. And then he posted a picture that said New Journeys Ahead, and he shows the Chapter 2 map of all things. So you may be thinking, well, who is Charlie Wen? Will he be a good replacement for Donald Mustard? Will he improve the storyline? Will he make things better? Or will everything be in shambles as a lot of people predicted? Well, let's take a closer look at Mr. Charlie Wen. So he recently updated his Twitter profile and he removed a lot of things, but this is what it looked like before. And he only had 2,786 followers. Now he's well over 10,000 just after his announcement. But you can see, it says he was the CEO and co-founder of something called 10 Sky Entertainment. He's the former head of visual development at Marvel Studios, former director of visual development at Sony, hashtag God of War, and former director at Riot Games. So that's quite the resume. So these are some of the things he's worked on. Ant-Man, head of visual development. Avengers Age of Ultron, co-head of visual development. Guardians of the Galaxy, head of visual development. Captain America the Winter Soldier, co-head. Thor the Dark World, head of visual development. Iron Man 3, again, he co-headed it. The Avengers, he was the visual development supervisor. Same thing for Captain America the First Avenger and for Thor. Now for God of War, he was the concept artist. So he's got close ties to Marvel and God of War. That's insane. So what exactly did he do for God of War? This is what it says as the director of visual development for Sony. He worked on God of War and God of War 2. He directed the visuals for the cinematics. That's pretty cool. He built the design team, responsible for visual development of God of War, directed design of the world and characters of God of War. He created Kratos. What the? One of Sony's top icons. Are you kidding me? That's insane. And then for Riot Games, like I said, he was the director, and it looks like he built the film team, and he designed a new pipeline for film development in a game company. I'm not sure what that means. Now let's dive a little deeper into what he did for Marvel. So we already saw the movies he worked on, but it says Charlie founded and headed Marvel Studios' visual department. He was responsible for the design and world building and integrating Marvel's innumerable iconic heroes and villains from divergent realms into one cohesive cinematic universe. He was in charge of the one and only film department at Marvel Studios. His roles spanned from designing and directing visual development to directing costume, prop, and visual effects. He was also in charge of inspiring future scripts through the visual storytelling of key frames. Wow. So that sounds like someone definitely that we want as CCO of Epic Games. The fact that he did so much for Marvel and God of War, as well as Riot Games, that's crazy. He's got quite the resume. But if he can do those type of things for Marvel and those movies, imagine what he could bring to Fortnite. Now, interestingly enough, he has this listed as well, that he was already the Chief Creative Officer from June until now. So I'm a little confused by this because, like I said, Donald Mustard just came out and retired, and Charlie Wen just announced that he's the new CCO. But based on this right here, you can clearly see that it says June 2023 until present. He's been the CCO already for 4 months. They just didn't tell anybody. So based on that, the last 4 months of story and everything in Fortnite has been from Charlie Wen and not Donald Mustard. Now, I don't know how accurate that is because obviously when someone new replaces, you probably get mentored by the previous one. I don't even know if that's how it went down. This is all news to me. I thought it just happened today. But again, based on this, it happened way back in June. So if we look at it like that, that means he was in charge of Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 3. And you know what that means. A lot of people did not like Season 3. Now, Again, he would be in charge of the story, not necessarily the gameplay and things like that. And I think that's what people mostly disliked about Season 3, last season that is. But in terms of the storyline, I guess that's what you can expect. Whatever happened last season, according to this new CCO was in charge of, and not Donald Mustard. So interesting. I didn't have a problem with Chapter 4 Season 3, but a lot of people regard it as one of the worst of all time in Fortnite. So I don't know. It sounds like good news. He's got a brilliant resume. He seems like an awesome person, but I guess people are a little worried because if this is accurate, then he was in charge of Season 3 of Chapter 4. But all things considered, I think this is a fine replacement. Like I said, he's got quite the resume. He has a lot of Marvel connections. He's got God of War connections, two things that a lot of people really love, Marvel and God of War. Heck, we haven't seen Kratos in Fortnite in forever. Maybe he'll finally come back. But as for the Marvel ties, hey, maybe we'll get another Marvel season. Who knows? I, for one, have faith in him, especially with how much he's done for the Marvel Universe in terms of story and design. So there you go, just a heads up 7-Up that Charlie Wen is the brand new Chief Creative Officer of Epic Games. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated, and don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator Code, which is tabortime.